Hi guys, welcome back to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Hope everyone is fine. Hope everyone is good. And don't forget, if you're new here, please subscribe, like, smash the bell. Welcome guys, welcome. So, topics today is the weekend games, and we'll look back at the Liverpool Madrid game and a little chat about certain players in the team: Jota, Trent, Mane, and Matip. So first, guys, let's go back to the Liverpool Madrid game on Wednesday evening. Now, sorry, I didn't have a match reaction up before now. It was my little one's birthday, and kids haven't been well, and it's not been the best of few days, but it's been good. It's been good. But I'm here now, and we're talk Liverpool and Atletico Madrid from Wednesday now, guys. So, personally, I thought the game was excellent. I thought Liverpool wanted to right a few wrongs, shall we say, from when we last met Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. And they definitely righted them wrongs. We got straight to it. Sammy? Yeah, we got straight to it, and we looked really impressive. We looked really impressive, especially at the first half. You know, and the team lineup might have shocked some. You know, we went pretty strong. We were discussing earlier in the week how Liverpool might start this game, how they would line up, and will they rest a few players, thinking of West Ham, or would they just go for the kill and try and get this group done? And that looks like what Klopp tried to do, and he succeeded. So yeah, he put out quite a strong team. We heard that Curtis Jones obviously weren't in the squad because of an eye injury in training. Apparently got badly poked in the eye. Not a lot's come out about it, but Robinson's got a black eye. Simi's got a black eye, and Curtis Jones is out injured because he got a finger deep into his eyeball apparently, and apparently he can't see out of it at this moment in time. Quite a bad one. So I have no idea what happened in training that day. That's mad. Absolutely mad. And they've not really said anything. And there's been no inside training video either. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one. But he started strong. Yeah, obviously Ali started in goal. Trent right back, Tsimikas left back, who was fantastic. And then Matip and Van Dijk brought back in together for the first time after 2 games, and they just looked solid. And then Fabinho, he started, which was a shock to many. I wasn't too shocked. I had a feeling Fabinho might play. But Hendo and the Ox playing alongside. And it was, and then, what was it? Jota, Salah, Mane up top. Very, very, what we could put out, strong 11. You know, and Klopp weren't messing about. And, you know, we were so much better defensively having Fabinho back in the midfield. It just makes a massive difference. He can sit there, he reads the danger, he reads the play. He's also very good at defending high up the pitch, winning the ball back in the final third, and starting attacks from the final third of the pitch. He's extremely good at that, and we've been missing that when he doesn't play, and it showed against Atletico. And what also helped is Hendo playing alongside him. Like I said last week in the Brighton review, the Brighton reaction, that Hendo and Suarez are a very, very Suarez. I said Suarez for Sammy. I just saw Sammy's comments. Small game Suarez. Um, no, Hendo and Fabinho are very, very good together in midfield, extremely good together in midfield, and we're better defensively for it. And the Ox was the main attacking player in that midfield, and I thought the Ox, he had a decent game, and I've always said about the Ox, Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's a good football player, but Oxlade-Chamberlain's one of these players who needs game time. He needs to play games in a row. He needs to play a lot of games in a row to get his rhythm. And obviously, he played against Brighton last weekend, and he played a little part of the game the week before. So he's had bits and pieces of games in the last few weeks, and it helps his rhythm. And you can see that he looks a lot better of a player. And when he got rhythm and time, and I enjoyed Ox's performance against Atletico. Hi, John. How are you, fella? Yeah, I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing good. It was my little daughter. It was my youngest daughter's birthday today. She's 1 year old today, so we've had a good day. She's loved it, and yeah. Sorry, I haven't been around for a couple of days. I was meant to do his match reaction on Thursday, but my little boy weren't too well. He had to go to hospital and that. So, but I'm here now, and just going through this match on Wednesday, John. Just surprised that the maybe a bit taken back by the strong team that Klopp put out. But looking at it now, he's probably right to do so. I was impressed by the Ox. I thought the Ox played really well. That attacking foil in midfield, and Hendo and Fabinho behind him just covering helps a lot. Helps a lot for us. And we're much better for it. Far better for it. Cheers, John. Cheers, John. Big happy birthday to him, mate. Nothing more important than family time. No, there ain't, mate. Nothing. It's the best. It is the best. But then I love coming on here with you guys as well. This is fun for me. I do enjoy it. No, so Ox played well. Fabinho defensively good. Hendo I thought had a good game. And then the forward line, excellent as well. I know Salah hasn't got his goal. And Salah, he hasn't scored in his last 2 games now. But that's not really, I don't find that a bother or a problem, because he's still excellent in the games, even though he's not scoring. So it's not like he goes missing or anything. He's so involved. On Wednesday, you might say he was a bit too greedy. I think there was a couple of times when he was 1-on-1 and he could have slid the pass to the side of him, to the left of him. I think there was one when Jota was as an open goal and Salah went for goal, and he was just a little bit greedy there for some reason. But it's hard to have a go at him about it. I mean, he's been so good. But the front three is just electric at the moment. And Mane, everyone's saying Mane's this, Mane's that. Yeah, he's dead, he's buried. He's not the Mane of old. He's lost his pace. He can't go past the defender anymore. That's just he just had a bad year last year. COVID was horrible and lockdown was horrible, and let's face it, we all had a bad year, not just the footballers. And now everything's not so bad out there now, and he looks like he's got a better lease of life about him. He looks fitter now. He looks sharper. He looks stronger, and that showed against Atleti, especially the times when he was knocking the ball past defenders, doing them for pace. He showed his strength again, especially for his goal. Yeah, he looks great again. Whole front three do. Loved how Ox played, hoping he can maybe get around. Yeah, that's what I was saying, John, just before you came on. That Ox is he needs game time. Ox he needs a run of games. He needs a run of games as Ox to get his rhythm. And once he has his rhythm, he can be a very good player. But the only problem for Ox is when everyone's fit and available, it's going to be hard for him to find that rhythm because he'd be rested again. All the top players in the world are greedy in some way. Exactly, that's why I'm not too bothered. You hear stupid people on Twitter who haven't got a clue about football, like, oh, he was too greedy, he was too greedy. He's allowed to be greedy, you know. He wants to score goals. Show me a striker who's not greedy. But maybe it was just, I think it was just that one time when he went through on goal and he had Jota right with him, and Salah, the angle for Salah weren't the best, and he could have slotted it for Jota, but I think that's the only time. Who cares otherwise? He's brilliant. If he gets a run of games, mate, he'll probably be one of ours. Yeah, I thought he said that about Ox. He's just one of these players in his rhythm. Some players can be injured for a while, come back and just have one game and they're at it straight away. And but yeah, the Ox needs a few games and he's got his chance at the moment. You know, this player's out. He's got his chance to do something. And we'll get to the match preview for West Ham in a minute, but I don't know if he starts that game against West Ham with players coming back. But as I say, the game against Atletico, that first half was fantastic. The first goal from Jota from Trent's pass was disgusting. I mean, that pass was disgusting. It's illegal. You know, it's not. It's wrong. You know, Endo's got the ball near the corner flag. Trent's already looking what's in the box. He doesn't even know if he's going to get the pass from Endo yet, but he's already looking who's in the box. He sees Jota. He looks once, sees Jota. He receives the ball, looks, sees Jota again, and then literally crosses it without looking. And the pass is pinpoint. I mean, they try to look at about the defending for that goal, but when a pass is that good, there's just not a lot you can do about it, unfortunately. And Jota is so good in the box. See, I don't like him as a number 9 for the sake of he's not good with his back to goal, and the ball can bounce off him a bit sometimes. But believe me, hell, in that penalty area, in that box, he picks up some fantastic positions. And for a man who's like 5'7", he is so good in the air. He's so good with his head. He's a tremendous player. We're so lucky to have him, in my opinion. John, he just needs to stop shaking me so much. He'll be fine. Yeah. Can't blame him, though. No, but it was an excellent first goal from Jota. It was absolutely top draw. Really, really good goal. And then Trent was going to get involved in the second goal as well. And it was a nice move again. Mane showing his strength and pace again that everyone said he apparently lost. And he looked great. He looked fantastic, I have to say. I really enjoyed Mane's performance. And can anyone blame him? No, John, they can't. I mean, look at her. But no, Mane looks good. He looks the old Mane. And that got past. I can't remember the defender he got past. He got past him, used his strength, used his speed, played the pass. Trent's got it. Everyone's saying Trent's shooting, and Mane just was in the right place to knock it in. I look back at that. Trent did not hit that ball anywhere near hard enough for him to be shooting. He's played that ball. Because when you look at the replay, that ball is nowhere going near the goal. It's not a shot. It's not putting nowhere near enough lift or power in it to be a shot. And Trent hits the ball properly. And that was a pass. And Mane following it in, lovely finish, 2-0. And the game was basically done. So what's your best front three if you had the Europa Champions League tomorrow, Jamie? Ooh. Oh, look at Sammy coming with the questions. What's your best front three if you had is that front three available right now, Sammy? The players right now, this second. If it is, I'll answer it. I play Siri this weekend over Robbo. Sorry, Bay Paint at the moment. I would as well, but I've got a feeling it ain't go happen. Yeah, and then we had that red card, and to this, it was a bad tackle, and I don't know about everyone else, but what irritates me in football, the main thing that irritates me the most in football, yeah, Liverpool's front three, Sammy. Okay. I know. I'll answer that in a minute, Sammy. The thing that irritates me the most in football is when players are breaking away, no matter where they are on the pitch, there's a breakaway, players breaking away, and there's always a kick at the leg, a tug back, and all that, and it's it's an irritating foul, and it really pees me off, and because it's always more than a yellow card, and I'm actually glad the ref sent him off it because that sort of challenge does my head in. And I think it was a red because the studs did go down his Achilles. I mean, he kicked him, and then the studs were like up like that, coming down. So it's such an irritating foul. And he did, and he had the balls just to stand there when the ref's calling him over 3 times. Like, yeah, you're going, son. Who do you think you are? You know. And then as soon as the sending off was done, the game was over. Suarez had his shot that was offside, deflecting off Matip. So apart from that, Atletico did nothing. Liverpool extremely comfortable. The second half, I've never watched a bigger Champions League game, like 2 massive sides going at it, and I'm just sitting like this in the second half. I half nodded off because it was just so. You know, Atletico weren't going to do anything. Simeone decided to take 2-0. You know, 2-0 would do Simeone, and he just decided to take all his attackers off and put defenders on, and just took 2-0 all day. And Klopp was like, all right, we'll have that, no problem. And the lads didn't work that hard. So getting to it now, this West Ham game coming up. I re-watched the Liverpool game, Athletic game yesterday, last night, and watching it back, the players didn't work that hard. I think we was in second gear, especially by half time. When the second half started, then the players weren't working that hard, and they'd be nicely rested for Sunday. West Ham yesterday looked tired. I've got to say, I think the midweek Sunday games are catching up to West Ham already a little bit, and they look a little tired. I was watching them yesterday. I thought they looked a bit tired, and recovering from that to play on Sunday against us, who are a team that go put high pressure, and we ain't going to stop running at them all game. You know, I think it's going to be doom and gloom for West Ham. I think they're going to be in trouble. So let's get to that game right now. Before that, let me just answer Sammy's question. Yeah, Liverpool front three. What's your best front three? Right. So if I had to play a Champions League final tomorrow, I would play. I'd play Jota, Salah, Mane, and I love Bobby. I absolutely love Bobby. He's one of my favourite ever. He's one of my favourite Liverpool players from this generation. You know, and what he does for the team. But I think Jota's special, and I think Jota will. I think Jota is going to do. He's only. We forget Jota's only 23, 24. He's really young. I just think he's special, and his ability of finding room in the box is really underappreciated. It's an excellent skill he has. He doesn't move. He finds that room and he goes unnoticed, and he's good in the air. He's a better finisher than Bobby. And yeah, that'd be my front three. John, big question is, do we play the kids in their other 2 games, or do we go strong as 2 wins could be the difference between signing and so on in January or not? Well, what I read, John, is that Klopp might not go weakened teams in the last 2 games because one Champions League game gets you 2.3 million or something. Just one Champions League game gets you almost 3 million or 4 million euros, something ridiculous like that. And yeah, I've got a feeling he won't go as weak as people think. And I think also Klopp's one of these people who respects the competition, no matter if you're, especially European competition, not so much domestic cups and all that, because no one really respects domestic cups, do they? But for European football, I think Klopp will respect the Champions League for the tournament. It is the best tournament on earth. So I think he won't go as weak as people might be hoping for. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Salah play them last two games, even if he don't start and he's on the bench. I still see him playing parts of them games. I still see him playing players. I don't think it goes as weak as people think, but the players won't have to put in so much effort because they know they're already through. So even if he does play full strength teams, the effort he'll put in won't be anywhere near 100%. So I don't think that's that bad. But yeah, saying up 4 million euros per Champions League game. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it'll rest people. If you win as well, I think it's if you win a Champions League game. So it's a lot of money. We all know FSG. So he reminds me of Jota. Yeah. He looks like him a little bit as well. Now, he's special Jota. He's a lot quicker than people think as well. He don't look that quick, but he's definitely quick. Not Mane Salah pace, but in that 10, 20 yard area onto goal, he's extremely quick. Extremely talented. That was a great buy. When you look back now in that last summer when it was either him or Werner, and Klopp wanted Werner. We all know Jurgen Klopp wanted Werner. He was talking to him every day. Deal was basically done, but FSG and their analytics team and their scouting team all said Jota would be better for the money. And they were sort of proved right for me. I think Jota is a better footballer than Timo Werner. No, I think Werner's a bad player. But Werner's game is completely relied on his pace. That's what Werner's game is relied on. And that's Jota don't rely on that. Jota's a technically more skillful footballer than Timo Werner is, if you ask me. And we bought the right player. And he's going to be sensational. Absolutely sensational. Werner's leg attack sort out of Werner. Yeah. That German tax is quite heavy, ain't it? I've seen it with quite a few players lately, ain't we? A lot of players kill it in Germany and then they struggle elsewhere. But I don't think you have to be an amazing player to look good in German football just because of the way the league's done. There's a guy at Mainz. I think it's at Mainz at the moment. He's a young lad. I think he's only 20. He's got like 10 goals or 5 assists this season. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. And he looks decent, but he won't get one goal in England. One goal. I mean, Andre Silva. Is it Andre Silva, the Portuguese forward? He looked good in Germany. But he's not a very good player. He's like an average striker at best. John, I think Jota has over Salah and Mane for me because he reads the game better. He knows where he needs to be all done. Yeah, Jota's more of a. Although Jota's not an out-and-out number 9 for me, he has the more predatory skills to be that over Salah, and that just shows that Salah and Mane are more out wingers because they haven't got that predatory skill that I don't think Jota has, because the areas of the pitch in the box that Jota picks up in between defenders is what top quality number 9s do. And that predatory skill. And Jota, Mane and Salah are proper wingers who just are so well class. But people make up new roles for them, but they're wingers. You look at Mane and Salah's heat maps. They're all on the left, they're all on the right, but they do come in. So they prominently stay out wide, and they're just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Helpless Havertz and woeful Werner. Yeah, Shy Havertz. Oh, Shy Havertz. He's Havertz is a strange player for me because you look at him. If you look at Havertz, he's quite almost lanky, and he doesn't look like he's going to ball out, does he? He don't look like that sort of player. And when he gets to the pitch, he sometimes looks really worried and nervous. And he's one of them players who goes missing on a football pitch. And, he goes missing and you forget he's there sometimes. And for a player of his high standard in Germany, everyone's talking about him. He's going to be the next big thing, this and that. He's going to be the next best European player. And the way he spoke up in Germany, I think that by Leverkusen, he got like 20 goals the season before Chelsea bought him, and that's why Chelsea bought him. He had the attention of Europe, and it just shows, I think, the weakness of the German league. And I think him and Werner said it themselves when they came over here. The pace, like the top team playing the bottom team, will give you a game. You have to be 100%. But in Germany, you don't need to be 100% if Bayern Munich to beat the bottom team. Hardly ever. On the occasion, Bayern Munich will get beat like they did the other day, Mönchengladbach 5-0. But no, it's just there's just a difference. The Premier League, you have to play 100% every single game, no matter who you're playing. There's no days off. Where in a German game, I think you can have a day off and still win. You can't do that in England, and that's the problem. John Havertz is just the wrong team for me. He feels underclocked. He'll be outdone. Yeah, I think. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a player there. You don't do what he did do. He has got talent. There's no doubt about it. I just don't think he's this next boy wonder everyone talks about. And I've not seen it yet. And it's the same with João Felix at Atletico Madrid. I know he's only 21, and everyone goes, he's going to be the next this and next that. He's superb. He's going to ball out and all that. And maybe he's just at the wrong club with Diego Simeone. He's just, that filth. He may be just at the wrong club and he can't express the player he wants to be. I don't know, but I've not seen it yet. I've not seen it. But Chelsea probably don't play to the style Havertz wants to play at. They're a more compact defensive team. I do think this Kai Havertz was at Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, with that more free-flowing attack where he'll be allowed to, show his potential a little bit more. Yeah, I think I think he'll be a better player, but I still don't think he'll be, top. Simeone hates football. Simeone hates everyone. I don't think it's just football, Sammy. I think Simeone just hates life in general. I know he hates Jurgen Klopp with a passion. It's so obvious them two don't like each other. Klopp and Simeone do not like each other at all. And, good. I like that. You shouldn't have to like everyone. So this West Ham game on Sunday, I don't know how everyone feels, but after me watching West Ham midweek, watching us midweek, we played a day before, so we've had a day's more rest. Didn't have to travel. In the game itself, after half time, we went down in the gears at walking pace. The game was already won. We just managed it really well. And Simeone hates himself. He probably does. And we just managed the game in that second half at walking pace. We didn't put no energy in. They probably had a nice warm down. They feel fresh now. West Ham midweek put a lot of stuff into that game. And they haven't got the biggest squad. They're playing the players they need to play in all the competitions at the moment. But they look tired on Thursday. Got to say, on Thursday night, they look tired. And then when you're that tired and then you're playing again on Sunday against a team like Liverpool that is just going to press you, hound you, attack you, run you, and not stop for 90 minutes. And we'll try and keep possession. We'll make you run around a lot. I do think it's going to be a little easier than I thought. So let's try and predict for Klopp's team against West Ham. Now, I've written down here Tsimikas. Tsimikas had a fantastic game against Athletic. And I think Tsimikas has won every game he's played when he starts. And I don't think he's actually conceded a goal when he plays. I can't be sure on that. But he's been excellent. But I believe Jurgen Klopp said himself that he said it himself, in Tsimikas, he's got a left back now who can come in when Robbo needs a break. And hi, Leo. How are you? Hope you're well. Tsimikas says to start. He's been good every game he's played so far this season. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you, Leo. And welcome to the show. Hope you're well, fella. Hope you're well. Robbo hasn't. Yeah. Leo, I can't agree more with you, mate. I like Simi. I think Tsimikas should start. I think he should start until, Robbo should fight for his place back until Tsimikas has a dip in form himself, and then Robbo comes back in. I like that. I like competition. And at left back, we've got competition between two excellent left backs at this moment in time. Look at Tsimikas. Tsimikas is getting a lot of teams in this league at left back. Now, probably apart from Man City, he's getting in front of Luke Shaw at Man United at the moment, if you ask me. I think he's a fantastic left back. He's arguably a better crosser of the ball than Robbo. He's arguably better technically than Robbo. But this is where I do the big but from, because it's not us picking the team, it's Jurgen Klopp. And I think Klopp will go with Robbo against West Ham. Klopp has his favourites. He always has had his favourites. And I believe that Robbo is his favourite. He's a favourite of his. He loves Robbo. And he'll feel that Robbo had a rest against Athletic. He's had a week off. He's been able to put his feet up, train, rest up. And he'll play him on Sunday. I have no doubts about it. I see Robbo. I don't agree with it. I think Simi should stay in the team because he's done nothing wrong. Yeah, I agree with that, Leo. This is what I do agree with. He is arguably better offensively, but Robbo is a better defender. Robbo's defending is so underrated. People don't look at Robbo's defending. It is so underrated. He's an extremely good defender, and people forget that because he's so good going forward. But I do agree with you there, Leo. I've got to say, technically, Simi is a better going forward. Simi's better on both feet. Tsimikas can put the ball on his right foot and do something with it. Well, Robbo is all left-footed. And this is no dig at Robbo, but the thing with Robbo is 100 miles an hour for 90 minutes. And I don't know any other left back around who can be 100 miles an hour for a full 90 minutes and not get tired. The man just don't stop. It's a pressing machine. He runs and runs and runs. He will give everything for the team. He never hides. And that's why Jurgen loves him, absolutely adores him. And that's why I think Robbo will play against West Ham. So I think Robbo will play against left back. Trent's obviously going to play right back. Ali obviously in goal. I think Virgil, who's starting to look a little bit better. I don't know about you guys, but I think Virgil is starting to look a bit like the old Virgil the last week, 10 days, 2 weeks, last couple of games. He's looking like the old Virgil again. Ollie, how you fella? Robbo's tackling rate without giving them fouls. It's exactly. He's so good defensively. He's better than Tsimikas defensively, and you know he's got better stamina than Tsimikas. Tsimikas does tire. He's got better stamina. He's better defensively. Technically, Tsimikas might be better going forward, but it's really close. Hi, Dave. How are you, fella? Hope you're good. Cheers, Dave. Thank you very much. That's it. Everyone listen to Dave. How are you, Dave? Good show of yours earlier, fella. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I see Robbo playing left back, Trent right back, Ali in goal. Virgil, I think, has been excellent the last couple of games. I know he drew against Brighton 2-2, but I thought he was exceptional in that game. I thought he looked a bit like the old Virgil again. You know, that arrogance and cockiness about him again. And then that brings up who he partners. Now, Matip was brought back in for the Atletico game, but for the last 2 games before that, Canate started. Oh, cheers, Dave. Cheers, Dave. Thanks, fella. Really appreciate it, Dave. Thank you very much, mate. And Canate played the last 2 games, but what I've noticed with Canate likes he ball hunts, don't he? Where Virgil sits back, you know, he marshals that defence, you know, uses his brain. He knows if he can't win a ball, he's going to back off and wait. Where Canate is a bit like, I'm going to win that ball. And that's a youthfulness. Absolute youthfulness. Exactly, John. Big up, Dave. LFC chat. Everyone go and subscribe to Dave if you haven't subscribed to him already. He does excellent stuff over there. Awesome stuff. Leo, Virgil was very good against Brighton. I think the midfield was the issue. Yeah, the midfield was totally the issue. Absolute issue. Virgil's a beast. Look, I've said it time and time again. You can have the 4 best defenders on earth as your defensive line, but if your midfield doesn't give you a single bit of protection, you're still going to concede goals no matter how good you are. And unfortunately, against Brighton, our midfield gave us 0 protection. But this is where I come to now. So Virgil starts. I think Matip comes back in. I think Klopp's seen a bit of Canate now and knows what he's got to work with and what he can work with him to improve. And I think Canate is going to be a beast under Klopp's coaching. Give Klopp a year with this guy, and I'll tell you what, he's going to be excellent. But Matip starts with Virgil for me, especially that West Ham's strong points. West Ham's strong points are set pieces, and I know Canate is a unit, but Matip and Virgil together defend set pieces brilliantly. So I see them 2 starting together. John, I love to see other Liverpool channels supporting. Yeah, there's nothing better. All Liverpool channels all support each other. Nice communities going around. We all sort of follow each other, subscribe to each other, and that's the way it should be. We should all help each other. We're all the same. We're all the same. No matter how big, how small anyone is. That's why I love this community, guys. I really do. From Dave to Coppish to Grizz, you know, LFC Day Trippers, myself. There's loads, absolutely loads. And no, big or small, we all follow each other. And yeah, we'll help each other grow. Can't say better than that, guys. But yeah, so that'd be my defence. So Robbo, Trent, Virgil, Matip, and obviously Ali in goal. At midfield, that's it. We are the best fans in the world. We all support each other. We don't get on at each other. We don't take a piss. We have good banter between us all, good laugh, good chat. We know what we're talking about. We're all intelligent. We know ball. We know everything. All love, all love. So midfield guys. Now this is where it gets tasty because, as me and John were saying here earlier, Ox has done really. Ox did well against Atletico Madrid, and he weren't so good against Brighton, but Brighton weren't. It was a hard game for Ox to come in and just hit the ground against Brighton, but he needs game time, does Ox, and when he has game time, he's a good player. But for me, he doesn't make this team. And I think Leo's just stole my thunder. Fabinho, Thiago, and Hendo in the midfield would be brilliant. That is our best midfield, and I've been wanting to see this midfield three for such a while now. And it's that midfield three. I think we've only seen it a few times, and I saw a stat. I think I saw a stat a couple of weeks ago that Thiago's only played in front of Van Dijk twice since he joined Liverpool. So because Van Dijk got obviously injured for 10 months and Thiago got injured, obviously in that same Everton game. And then when Thiago came back, Virgil was still out. So apparently since Thiago joined Liverpool, he's only played in front of Virgil twice since he joined the club, which is a ridiculous stat. At midfield three, Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson, for me, is our best midfield three. You maybe could argue Keita instead of Henderson, because Keita I thought, has been excellent this season, apart from his injury, obviously. But that midfield three, defensively and attacking wise, that's a beautiful mixture for me. Beautiful mixture. We'll get onto that. John, Hendo, Fab, and Ox. And now that's hard to disagree with it. It's the same midfield. Why not go with the same midfield? That I've got a feeling that is what's going to happen. Ox just needs time to find rhythm. Exactly. As we said, Ox is not one of these players that comes into the team and just has rhythm straight away. He takes a bit of getting, I remember when Daniel Sturridge used to get injuries like Ox did. Sturridge always used to get these injuries and be like, oh, he's so good if he weren't injured, man. A fit Daniel Sturridge was different gravy. It was so different to a lot of people. And when he came back in the team, he'd score a goal. It'd be like he weren't injured. And he didn't need that rhythm. Ox just needs rhythm. He needs games. But the only problem is when Liverpool got a fully strict team, it's very hard for Ox to get in that midfield. And that's why he might have to leave. Ox was good against West Ham away last season, wasn't it? Yeah, he was. I do like Ox. He's got a good record against West Ham. If you have a brilliant game and you don't deserve to be dropped, I agree. I don't think you should be dropped. But Kloppo, he has his favourites. And personally, I don't know if Thiago and Fabinho will start together when they were both injured together and coming back at the same time together. I don't think Klopp will play both of them just for that worry. So I think what John said, I think the midfield will be the same midfield that played against Atletico Madrid. I mean, if you can beat Atletico Madrid 2-0 with that midfield, why wouldn't you play it against West Ham? It was better defensively because, as I've said in the past, when Henderson has to do the defensive midfield duty on his own, when there's no Fabinho, unless Milner's playing alongside him, we don't have no defensive cover. So when Fabinho and Henderson are both fit together, they can sit there. They're better defenders probably than they are attackers, especially in Fabinho's case. Miles better defender. And what they can also do together, they can defend high up the pitch, like I've said before. Fabinho is one of the best midfielders around, winning the ball in the opposition's final third and setting off mini counter attacks from the final third. And Henderson can do that as well. So we've got both of them doing it. We're going to cut out them defensive problems we have had in previous weeks. Because Matip and Van Dijk defend as a two, 1-on-1. So we just leave two at the back. Trent and Robbo get forward because Klopp likes to get everything pushing forward. And then if you've got two defensive midfielders in Henderson and Fabinho, they can cover then them areas, and then Ox can come in, cover that central area, and Fabinho and Hendo can come out a little bit and cover them areas. So you cover the gaps in between where like Brighton took advantage of us. They covered, because we didn't cover them gaps. Brighton took advantage by getting inside them gaps and playing football around that because we didn't have no defensive structure in midfield. So when Henderson and Fabinho play with each other and you have better defensive structure, if that makes sense, in them gaps. So yeah, I got a feeling he'll play that midfield three that beat Atletico Madrid. And why not? Ox doesn't really deserve to be dropped, and we've seen Ox has got a decent record at West Ham. Ox has got a good long shot on him as well, and that might come in handy against West Ham because they're going to be hard to beat. John, you just got to trust Klopp. I do all the time, fella. I agree. I mean, he barely gets it wrong, does he? At the end of the day, I think Klopp will start Ox and maybe bring on Thiago. Yeah, exactly. Like he did against Atletico. He brought on Thiago to just slow the tempo of the game down and just keep the ball in possession in midfield and just keep moving it around because that's how you manage out games. And Thiago's fantastic for that off the bench. And I see Thiago on the bench. Now, obviously, we know we heard the news from Bobby's going to be injured for quite some. It's a serious injury, as Jurgen Klopp said. As serious as a hamstring injury could be, but he said it's going to be more weeks than anything. So we're probably looking at 6 weeks for Bobby to be out with another hamstring injury, and he only just come back from a hamstring injury. So that's a little worrying. That, you know, a couple of weeks he came back, a few weeks he's been back, he's got another hammy again. I don't know if it's the same hamstring or a different hamstring, the other leg this time. Don't know, but that's a little worry that Bobby keeps picking up these little hamstrings injuries, but he's going to be out for 6 weeks this time, 6 to 7 weeks, which is going to be a big miss because, you know, Bobby's been doing well, but at the moment it's probably hard to drop Jota. Jota's been fantastic, and you know, obviously that ruins our squad depth a little bit. You've only got Minamino and Origi. But people might not know, I like Origi. I think Origi can do a job from time to time. I think when you're playing smaller teams, I think you can play Origi and give Jota a rest. I don't see no problem with that. Really don't. You're playing the Burnleys and Crystal Palaces of this world, and the Norwiches and Newcastles and things like that. I think you can play Mane, Salah and Origi as the number 9, give Jota a rest. I think you can rotate that in a few games, but obviously in the bigger games you play Jota. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. We just need Bobby back before the boys go to the African Cup of Nations in the new year. Bobby's back then, and we got Bobby and Jota as our main strikers just for a few weeks while they're away. I won't be so worried, but that's for another video, I think. Paulie. When our football goes going to finally look down on us, midfield always gets back to back and 2 out of 3 and go out again. So yeah, I agree. It's the only the problem we got midfielders that are injury prone midfielders. So I love Thiago. I think he's a special footballer, a magical footballer. people keep going, oh, he doesn't score goals and he doesn't get an assist. I don't know what they watch. He's a tremendous, tremendous footballer. And it's just so irritating when he gets a little injury because what it looks like with Thiago, he gets an injury that's not so bad, like a little knock or a sore muscle or, something like that. And that sort of injury will keep a player out for a week or two. They might miss 2 games and then they're back. Thiago looks like he's a really slow healer. So apparently the last injury he had, someone was telling me that works in sports science. I've got a friend who works in sports science, and what he was telling me is that the injury he had should have been back like 2 to 3 weeks ago, but he's a slow healer, and that's I think what irritates Klopp a little bit because the injuries ain't that bad, but he heals so slowly, a bit like Daniel Sturridge did. Daniel Sturridge is a very slow healer. It took a long time to heal, and I think that irritates Klopp at the end of the day. But when he's fit, he's one of the best midfielders around. Thiago, fantastic footballer. Fabinho picking up these little knocks here and there. When his last injury, that knock to the knee didn't really keep him out too long. You're always going to get them sort of injuries, especially if you're playing that midfield role. Fabinho plays, he's always going to get knocks and that, and might miss the odd game here and there. It's just the role he plays. Obviously, anytime Ox goes down feeling his knees or his ankles or anything, you fear the worst, like you did midweek when he went down. Obviously, Klopp substituted him, but he said he's perfectly fine. So yeah, we do have a few injury-prone midfielders, and that is a worry. It's a shame because they're quality players as well, like Naby Keita, quality player. Ox, quality player. Thiago, quality player. If you could just put a bit of fairy dust on all 3 of them that they never get injured, we'd have an amazing midfield. One of the best midfields around, I tell you. Surely the injury-prone players are not getting the same intense training program when they're way back. That's why the tiredness only goes. Yeah, more than likely. More than likely, Paulie. More than likely. But it's like Keita has looked decent. I know he had that injury where he kicked the grass, and he was out for 2 games. But apart from that, he's been fine. And last season, I believe to the end of last season, he actually weren't injured. Klopp weren't using him. So he's been all right, and it's just a shame he's got this. He's pulled his hammy, ain't he? I think he's out of hamstring. So, but it's not too bad. He might be back after the international break. They were saying. So, yeah, hopefully he's back quite soon. And he's apparently he isn't a tear. Where Bobby's, I think, is a tear. That's why he's going to be out for at least 7 weeks. With Keita, I don't think it's a tear, so I don't think he'll probably be back after the internationals, which will be good news for us. So he's been decent this season. So that's predictions now. Predictions for this West Ham game. So as I said, I think West Ham look tired. I think they look tired midweek, and playing Thursday and then Sunday, it takes a lot out of you. It does take a lot out of you. And when you're playing against us, who are not going to give you time on the ball or give you time to relax, I think we roll over West Ham. I really do. Yeah, I think we roll over there. Leo, got to go. Have a great night. Go. You too, Leo. Thanks for coming in, mate. I hope you're coming again. I'm back on tomorrow. So look out for me there, mate. Look out for my socials. My Twitter's in the description. Follow me, guy. Paulie, it's the December period. I'm worried about midfield. Yeah, same. I mean, I do know what you mean. I do what you know what you mean. But yeah, I'm going 3-1 against West Ham. I've got Sammy here going 2-1. Sammy's going 2-1 Liverpool. I'm going 3-1. I think we'll be all right. I honestly think we'll be all right. I think West Ham look a little tired, as I said, and playing against us when you're maybe a little fatigued is the worst thing that could happen. I don't think West Ham are going to defend like they did last time. I don't think they're going to sit back and just wait to counter us. I think Moyes will be up for this game, and I think he'll just go and get the team to play. And yeah, it's going to be a maybe a tight first half hour, but then I think West Ham will start to tire off, and I think we'll take advantage. Yeah, I think we'll win 3-1. Paulie, 2-0, I think. We'll keep the clean sheet going. Hopefully. It's just that West Ham are very good on set pieces, and that might be a bit of a weak spot for us, so that's why I'm going 3-1. So, guys, that's the Liverpool West Ham preview. Just want to quickly go over a couple of games. So we've got the Manchester Derby, which is at 12:30 tomorrow for some weird reason. I don't know why the Manchester Derby is on so early at 12:30. That's a massive game. Could anyone see anything but a City win? And United thought they got their tails back up because they beat a terrible Spurs team that I think Norwich would have beaten. I really do. But then United against Atalanta just showed how terrible they actually are. They just got a magic man in Ronaldo bailing them out of games, but I see City beating United quite comfortably in a 12:30 kickoff. That just seems like a strange time to have a Manchester derby at 12:30 on a Saturday. That seems crazy, absolutely nuts. Should be a good game to watch though. Obviously, we want United maybe to draw that game so Ollie stays in. More results are better. We're all Ollie in here, aren't we, guys? So, what's that? Paulie. I don't think they like the fans on the before they get to the ground. Yeah, all the ag and Sammy's gone. 4-1 City. Yeah, I might be with you on that one. Pep masterclass. Yeah. Sammy loves Pep. If you lot don't know, that's his guy. No, I see City smashing United. 4-5-1. I see obliterating. I do. 3:00 kickoff. Chelsea Burnley. That anyone see anything but a Chelsea win here? I mean, if it was Chelsea, if Chelsea were away to Burnley, I might say the upset. But I don't see Chelsea at home losing to Burnley. No way. This might be the dullest game of the weekend, though. I don't see it being anything. I mean, Burnley are just going to come to Chelsea and do nothing. They're just going to sit back in 2 banks of 4 and have 2 up top and hope to hit them on set pieces and stuff like that. That could be a dire of a game, but I expect Chelsea to win. And if Chelsea do win that game, because it's Saturday at 3:00, they will go 6 points in front of us. So that puts a bit of pressure on the game on Sunday to win that, to keep it down to 3 points. And obviously we've got the West Ham Liverpool game 4:30 that we just spoke about. So guys, that's me. I believe that's me. If Lukaku, what's this, Paulie? If Lukaku played, I think Burnley defenders would manage the game better. Yeah, because they can all focus on one, but I get what you mean. Yeah, I just don't. Burnley are going to come to Chelsea and just sit there with 2 banks of 4, 2 up top, and then try and hit them on counter attacks maybe, and play for set pieces. I don't see any other way they get anything out of this this Chelsea game. In Chelsea, they can see goals, and I don't see them shipping goals to Burnley. So I'm going City, Chelsea, Liverpool. I'm going City, Chelsea, Liverpool. If you want to put that on a knacker, go for it. So guys, I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to be back tomorrow, guys. We're going to talk the Saturday games, and we're going to have talk about the games on Saturday. Yeah, we'll talk the Man United and City game, Chelsea Burnley game, and some other fixtures, and then we'll talk a bit more if there's any more Liverpool news from Klopp at the camp. We'll talk about that on Saturday night, and then on Sunday. I'm going to hopefully do a watch along for the Liverpool West Ham game. So if you're interested in a watch along, come cut this damn cat clean himself. Come and watch, guys. Hopefully I'll do a watch along to the Liverpool West Ham game, and then Sunday evening I'll be back live again, and I'll do a call-in show where you guys can call in with your match reaction to the Liverpool West Ham game, and you can give me your player and team ratings. So till then, guys, have a good night, enjoy your weekend, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.